All right, so in cybersecurity, three terms that are very, very popular that are always used are risk, vulnerability, and threat. Unfortunately, I have also seen so many cybersecurity students and even some cybersecurity professionals constantly misuse these terms. Okay, it's either they think these three terms all mean the same thing and can be used interchangeably, or they will use one of the terms when they were meant to refer to the other term. So they might say something like threat when they should have said vulnerability, or they will say risk when they should have said threat, and so on. So what I want to do in this video is to clarify once and for all what these three terms actually mean and when you should use them. So let's begin. All right, so I'm going to start off with the very first one here, the easiest one, and that's going to be vulnerability. Now, simply put, vulnerability refers to a particular weakness that exists in a system, application, or network that can be exploited. So this weakness could be as a result of several kinds of factors. Say, for example, you have a company database that has some company files in it. Now, let's imagine for a second that those files in the company database are not encrypted. In that scenario, the unencrypted files becomes a weakness. It becomes a vulnerability associated with that particular database. Now, let's talk about threats. A threat simply refers to a person, an application, basically anything that could potentially exploit the vulnerability that exists in the first place. So, in other words, in order for a threat to exist, there needs to be a vulnerability, there needs to be a weakness for that threat to take advantage of. So going back to our company database, the one that has all the company files with no encryption, the vulnerability is the lack of encryption, but the threat now in this scenario would be a willing hacker who might want to hack into that database. That is the threat in this scenario. So quick recap, you have a company database without any encryption. The lack of encryption is the weakness, that's the vulnerability. A potential black hat criminal and a hacker, that would be the threat associated with the lack of encryption. Okay? Now, let's move on to the big one, risk. The biggest mistake people often make is they think a vulnerability equals a risk. If there is a weakness, if there's a vulnerability, surely there must be a risk involved, right? Not always the case. See, in order for a risk to exist, you need to have both the vulnerability and the threat. A company might have a vulnerability, but if there is no threat actor, if no one is going to exploit that vulnerability, is it actually a risk in the first place? No. So in order for a risk to exist, you need both the threat and the vulnerability. So those two combined now refers to what we call the risk. So the risk is the potential for a vulnerability to be exploited by a threat. But that's not all. See, this is where many cybersecurity professionals fall short. In order for a risk to truly exist, there needs to be a third factor in place. Do you know what that third factor is? We already have the vulnerability, we have the threat. The third factor becomes what we call the impact. Basically, what would be the damage? What would be the cost if this vulnerability is exploited by the threat? That's how we calculate the risk involved. So going back to our good old company database, the one with the company files without any encryption. So you have the vulnerability, lack of encryption. You have the threat, which would be the hacker. Now, what would be the risk involved in here? Obviously, if the files in that database are very, very important files, they're very, very sensitive files, obviously the impact would be very, very high if the hacker was able to gain access to those files. So the risk here is very, very high. But what if in another scenario, those files are actually just basically very unimportant generic files? In this particular kind of scenario, the risk involved here becomes very, very minimal. So even if the hacker was able to gain access to those files, and then the hacker says, hey, pay me $1 million or else I will release this file to the public, the company can say, yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Those files are not important to us, right? So in that scenario, the risk becomes very, very minimal. In fact, when it comes to risk management as a profession, and we're talking about handling risk, one of the ways how risk managers can actually handle a risk is to actually accept that risk exists and do nothing about it. Why? Because the impact of that risk being exploited or that risk happening, it is so minimal that the cost to actually remove that risk, to mitigate that risk, is even more expensive than how much damage will be caused if that risk was exploited in the first place. So I want you to keep this in mind. Just because there is a risk doesn't necessarily mean that, the company has to do something about that risk. Sometimes the risk could be very, very minimal. So to give you a very, very quick recap once again, a vulnerability is a weakness that exists in a system or application. The threat would be someone or something that could potentially take advantage of that vulnerability. And in order for a threat to exist, there needs to be a vulnerability. And now risk basically would be the merge of the threat, the vulnerability, and the potential impact. That's how you calculate the risk associated with a vulnerability. So hopefully I've been able to clarify once and for all and explain to you what these three terms are and how to use them properly. Of course, if you have any questions or comments, something you're unsure of, put your comments down in the comment section below. I always respond to all comments here on my YouTube channel. So that's it for today's video. If you found it useful and informative, please do give it a thumbs up. Share the video with anyone who may feel might benefit from it. And if you're new here to the channel, welcome to Lab Cyber. I upload tutorials on topics related to cybersecurity and AI. So if you do enjoy content like this, you want to learn more, be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so that you're notified whenever I upload my next tutorial. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.